Hey, this is Jacob with BGS Marine Sales. Today we're out on the Bluewater 25T. We've had this boat at the shop for quite a while. Been walking past it every day, really wanting to take it out, and finally schedules and weather aligned for us to do so. So today we are going to give you a full overview of this boat, top to bottom, front to back, as well as show you how it rides in a little bit of rough water that we were able to put it through today. And if you're not able to stop by the shop to see this boat in person, we hope this video provides a little bit more insight on how it stands out in the 25-foot center console market.
Starting off, let's cover looks and layout. Two key parts of any good boat, and the Bluewater excels at both. First and foremost, you have a proven running surface that Bluewater has been refining through the 2550 platform, and the 25T feels like a modern version of that same idea. Same offshore focus, but with a cleaner layout and the details brought up to date. It still keeps that classic Bluewater look, and the bracket helps stretch the usable space of the boat. Bluewater lists it as 28 feet overall, including the bracket, and on the water, it rides bigger than the 25T name would suggest. The deck layout follows that same thought process. It's well laid out, clean, and makes use of every square inch available. Now, starting at the bow, you have plenty of space with spacious seating, and we're going to come back to that seating in a minute. But underneath, you get a massive macerated fish box with smaller fish boxes on either side of it. Behind that, you have seating in front of the console and a live well underneath it. Moving to the rear, you have more storage, more fish boxes, and the bilge access here is excellent. One thing to mention is that everything here is insulated, as it should be. So from fish to drinks, keeping cold things cold shouldn't be an issue anywhere on the boat. The lean post here is large and provides a great driving position whether seated or standing. And at the rear of the lean post you have a slide out cooler that also serves as extra seating. Above that is a tackle station with built-in storage and removable tackle trays. For anyone who likes to keep terminal tackle easy to access, this is a nice setup, and the tackle station door folds down so it gives you a small usable work area. Now at the stern you have a large bench seat in front of two 24-gallon live wells. Also at the stern is a door on the starboard side giving easy access to the bracket platform and swim ladder housed there. Now this brings me to one of my favorite things about this boat, and something Bluewater has been doing for years. Every center console is trying to live two lives. One is the family boat and one as an actual fishing boat. The problem is that one usually compromises the other, and the biggest example is bow seating. Bluewater solves this by letting you remove it, all of it, bow seating, stern seating, completely out of the boat, so when it's time to fish, you can use the whole gunnel and not worry about cushions, backrests, or anything else being in your way. The last thing to mention on layout is the console. At the helm, everything stays clean and simple with no clutter. Everything placed where it makes sense, from autopilot to your switches and of course the Seakeeper Ride controls. Inside the console, you have a ton of usable space, clean rigging, batteries that are tucked away but still easy to access, and your custom Bluewater switch panel. Now with the topside covered, let's switch over to how this boat performs, and to keep it simple, we'll break it into two parts, build and ride. Now like I mentioned at the start, the 25T is built around Bluewater's proven 2550 running surface. Other brands have their own take on this general class of boat, but Bluewater stands out with how solid this one feels. Now this is not a lightweight 25. Bluewater lists the dry weight at 5,490 pounds, and on the water it feels like a boat with real substance under you. Add in the fact that it's foam filled and it doesn't just ride solid, it communicated solid. As the captain, you feel that through the wheel and through the deck. In an industry where so many hulls are chasing lighter and faster, I can really appreciate a boat with some weight behind it. And for anyone planning to own a boat for multiple decades, that matters. This boat was built to last and it feels like it. Now, on to the ride, and to summarize it in one word, impressive. The 25T comes standard with Seakeeper Ride trim tabs, and what they do for this hull is hard to overstate. This is a narrower hull with a lot of dead rise, so naturally it can be sensitive to weight shifting. Now, normal trim tabs can help with that, and this hull is responsive to them, but the Seakeeper Rides really take it further. We honestly tried to throw it off, moving weight around, shifting side to side while underway, doing the things that would normally make a boat react, and the system corrected it almost immediately. The boat stayed completely flat and composed without you ever having to consistently chase it at the helm. That's where this pairing really shines. The Seakeeper rides don't change what this hull is. They do let the hull reach its potential without making the captain work as hard to get there. For example, getting on plane, the rides kept the boat nearly flat, and in chop, shifting water, same thing, composed, planted, and predictable. Now, we didn't get a chance to take it out in anything horrible, and the camera always downplays wave height, but we did catch some outgoing tide in Pensacola Pass near our shoal. Now, running around 32 knots, it was enough to know there are not many boats in this size range that feel this unbothered in these types of water. Now, the last thing we'll mention here is bay chop, but it's not really even part of the conversation. With the Seakeeper rides on or off, the boat basically ignores it. And honestly, if you're encountering any bay chop that's going to throw this hull off, you're probably better off not going offshore that day anyway. And with that, those are our quick thoughts on the Bluewater 25T. Now, saying the center console market is crowded would be an understatement, but the 25T really stands out because it's not only a proven platform, but it's been updated in the right places, and it really just feels like it's built for real-world use. A lot of boats look great sitting on a trailer, and the 25T is no exception to that, and by the way, this trailer is excellent. But the difference here is that this boat feels like it was built with years of use in mind, not just a first impression at a dealership. For someone truly serious about fishing and serious about build quality and looking for a 25-foot center console that can live both as a family boat and a real, true offshore-capable center console, the Bluewater 25T is a strong and compelling package. We really hope you found this overview helpful. We're planning on similar content in the near future with some other brands that we carry, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions in the meantime, or if you want maybe get a build started on a Bluewater, give us a call. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.